The content in this magazine could contain references of topics and difficult subject matter that may be triggering. Please honor yourself, inner knowing, and proceed with whatever help or guidance you feel is intuitively aligned. Welcome to Sovereign Magazine Podcast. I'm Nicole George, CEO and founder of Sovereign. I'm so happy you are here. We are the magazine, podcast, and community guiding 5 million women to their sovereign selves. From heart-led conversations to magical meditations, our inspiring guests will show you how they can help you step into your sovereign self. Are you ready to listen to your inner voice and step into your power? Then keep listening to hear all of the intuitive messages meant for you today. Hello. Today I have the privilege of reconnecting with Renee Merkle, Sovereign Magazine's multidimensional channel and Quantum New Earth mentor columnist. Renee is here to activate spiritual leaders into world-shifting embodiment. Through her transmissions from galactic and ascended realms, she sparks transformation beyond logic and guides others to lead from pure frequency. Her work isn't for those who want incremental change. It is for those who are ready to burn the old rule book, lead from pure frequency, and create a reality that defies logic. Renee doesn't simply guide you, she ignites you. Welcome back, Renee.
Hello. Thank you for having me.
Oh my gosh, we were having the best conversation before we started pressing record. And so here we are. We're going to be talking about manifesting, which is our theme for our June new moon issue. And in your article, Stop Micromanaging the Universe, How to Manifest Like You Actually Trust It. You share a simple process that you have used to manifest very big things in your life, like your husband, your last corporate position, your house, and even your business. So for those who haven't read your article yet, maybe perhaps share a little bit about it and why you wrote it.
Yes. So it's really interesting because I'm also doing a course on this next month. And by the time you listen to this, the replay will be available for that. We get hung up in our manifestations because we are trained that everything happens instantaneously. You go to pull up a website, and if it doesn't pop up in 3 seconds, you're like, why is it so slow? And it's kind of like that with our manifestations too. We do not yet have instantaneous manifestation, although it will come at some point. So we declare what we desire, we put all this energy towards it, and then we don't see it happening. And then most people say, well, that didn't work, and they go back to the way things were. But it's already happened in the quantum. We're just waiting for it to show up in physical reality. And that can take a couple of weeks. And sometimes it takes a couple of years, depending on what it is. If you're manifesting a partnership, that could take some time because you and the other person have your own inner work to do before you come together. If you live in different areas, there's a move that has to happen in order to bring you two together, or bringing together an opportunity for the two of you to meet in some way, shape, or form. And so what we do is we go around working on these manifestations, and then when it's not there right away, we just think, oh, okay, well, that didn't work, and that's that. But in that gap period before, when we've made the declaration, we're in that waiting period. This is the part where the quantum, the universe, is working to bring your manifestation together, and you have to keep going as if it's already happened, because it has, and it's going to show up. But you have to keep going as if it's already there. If you're in the lack of the thing, okay, I'm trying to think of a good example that will bring this home. So I'm going to go with the partnership. If you are acting as if you are lonely, that a part of you is missing, and this is not something I've subscribed to, but a lot of people do feel that a partner is going to complete them. You're whole and complete on your own. They're just complementing you in your journey. So if you're acting as if there aren't any good people out there, if you're acting as if it's not possible, if you're acting as if there's just no way it's going to happen, that's what you're going to get. But if you are going through life knowing that that person is on their way, that everything that you're doing is helping to bring that into your reality, it's already, it's not missing. It's simply on its way. And if you're acting as if it's on its way, you're not in the lack of it. So I always use the example of when we put in our Amazon orders, we know that we pick out what we want, we put in our basket, we check out, and we know it's going to show up at our front door. We don't micromanage Amazon, calling them, asking them, what step are you on? Has it gotten off the shelf? Is it in the package yet? What kind of package is it in? Who put it in the package? Is it coming by plane, train, automobile, ship? How is it coming? Who is gonna deliver it to my front door? What time exactly is it going to show up? We don't do that. We just say, "Hey, I ordered this thing from Amazon. I know it's showing up," and typically, if you have Prime, it's there within 2 days, give or take. So, not that the universe can work that fast always, but we're just using this as an example. So, if we don't micromanage Amazon, why are we trying to micromanage the universe?
Because we're impatient.
Yes. And we think we have to figure out the how and the when. The how and the when is the universe's job. Our job is to be clear on what it is that we desire, take inspired action, and be open to receive it when it shows up. And for those of you that are manifesting a partner, I'm just going to give you this caveat. It is not going to be typically the person that you would normally be attracted to, because you're manifesting the qualities of the person, not the exterior package. So be open to the possibilities. Like my husband, he's a year younger than me. He's 2 inches taller than me. I would not have given him a chance, but my sister-in-law, who was my coworker at the time, who introduced us, she kept insisting that we meet one another. And when we met, I knew on our first date that he was my person. I got a download when we left the movies that he was it for me. And I was very resistant to meeting him in the first place because I knew it was going to change my life for the better. And we do this a lot. How often do we resist the very change that's going to change everything in the way that we have been asking for our lives to be changed?
Yeah, a lot.
And so, you know, I would not have been open to it because I wasn't open to somebody who was younger than me. In my head, my person was supposed to be taller, but if he were taller, that would have been a whole nother thing. So it's just, our person is our person. And I had written out everything I wanted in a partner when I manifested him. And it was before, so this was probably in 2007 when I did this. So I wrote out everything I wanted in my partner. And it was before I knew to ask for this or better in my highest good. And so I wrote out everything I desired and I put the paper away. I just wrote it out. And then my sister-in-law started in on me about my husband. And I realized that she started telling me about her brother-in-law about 3 months after I wrote that letter. And it took me a year to give in, to say, yes, I'll meet him. Because she was like, he's genuinely a nice guy. And I was like, well, I haven't met any of those lately. And I said, fine. And about 3 months after we started dating, I was moving and I came across my letter and I read it. And he is every single thing that I put down on my letter to God, asking him for my partner. And because God has a sense of humor and I did not ask and I did not know this or better in my highest good, my husband is a Libra. He cannot make a decision to save his life. And I didn't know that I wanted a decision maker at the time. And so this is why I say God has a sense of humor, because I didn't know. And so I didn't ask. And I ended up with somebody that can't make decisions. Everything I put on that list, he is. This is why I tell everyone, put this or better for my highest good at the end of any manifestation that you're doing. So I did this with my husband. I did this with my last corporate job. I said I wanted to be paid more, work less, have an easy commute. I wanted good benefits. I wanted a bonus, all this kind of stuff. And it ended up that I got paid more. I worked less. My office was across the street, literally, from my husband's in San Francisco. So we could commute together, which made our commute easy. And it was a straight shot on BART and a walk down the street. And my bonus was like 35% of my salary. I had medical, dental, and vision covered for our entire family. If we had 10 kids, they would be covered. Nothing was coming out of the paycheck. They matched 401k, all of the things that and it was the best company I could have ever asked to work for. And then my back went out because that wasn't my mission. But my manifestation worked better than I could have imagined, because I had put down what I knew I wanted, and I put this or better in my highest good because I had figured that out by then in the 10 years between the two. And it was, like they gave us commuter checks and everything. I started not know. I knew I got a bonus. I didn't know what kind of bonus. I knew that they would cover medical. I didn't know that they would cover for everyone. And every time it was like this extra little goodie that the universe was blessing me with. And so we did this with our house. We're in a very affluent neighborhood, got in under market value, and we never thought we could live here. This works. And I go into more detail in my article, so you can go read that.
What the Feminine, a show designed to show the world how to have crucial conversations and still possess conscious choice, remain curious, and be considerate of others' opinions, beliefs, and ideologies. In every episode, we go where most avoid, navigating nuance, honoring differences, and embodying the healthy feminine and masculine as the gateway to global healing. This is not about sides. This is about sovereignty, and you're invited to witness it all. Watch the live recordings exclusively in Sovereign Community, where the conversation begins with you. I do have one question for you.
Sure.
So this is what we were going to be talking about with your transmission. So when you speak about the waiting period, you talked about it not being in the void, but attuning to a phase where the universe is matching your frequency. What does that actually look like?
Okay. So this kind of goes back to the being it until you see it. If you're acting as if it's already done, you are becoming the frequency of your manifestation. And so if you're in the lack of the thing, it can't come in because you're just telling the universe that you lack it. And so the universe keeps you in the perpetual cycle of lack. But if you are attuning yourself to be an energetic match, to be in the frequency of, it's already done, I already have it, it's complete, then your whole energetic system is attuning to that frequency, and then the timeline can collapse and bring your manifestation in.
Okay, that makes sense. So we're going to be doing more attuning, less living in lack and scarcity, acting as if, or actually I should say, attuning to the frequency of that it's already done, which is a beautiful frequency because we don't have to think about it. We don't have to worry about it. We put in our order with the universe, right?
Exactly. Just like our Amazon.
Yes,
If you can remember it's like Amazon in your head, in your frequency, then you'll stop micromanaging the universe when you're manifesting.
It's so true. And also, too, I love to add that if you can stop working in human time and more in universal time, it won't feel like such a long time. Oftentimes I manifest things and it's like 2 months in human time, but it felt like a day or two in universal time because I live in universal time. So
yes,
that's another thing. Okay. Yes. Well, if you are enjoying Rennie, she's in our community.sovereign-magazine.com. All her details are in the show notes, and she's going to be back more on the full moon. So definitely come back. Thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you.
Thanks for listening. I'll be back tomorrow with another soul-led entrepreneur here to help you step into your sovereign self. Subscribe to our magazine and podcast and join our global community for all the magic. Details to connect with today's guest or join the movement are in the show notes. And if you enjoyed this episode, please leave a review. It helps us reach our goal of guiding 5 million women to self-sovereignty.